today, as I promised. So I will actually review videos from today's training, and I will go through my training today. And just to give you a little bit of context, because context always matters. It's not like you're always going balls deep with training. It's not like you're always going like 100%. And especially since one of you asked also, like, after that many years of training, blah blah blah. This is one of the reasons how you keep on going, because it's impossible. Like, I don't even know why I have to say this, but you have to understand, you're not going to be on point 100% of the time. That's impossible. Even when you write everything down on paper, you will not be on point 100% of the time. And if you are 100% on point 100% of the time, most likely you're missing out, because you can't know in advance what will happen in training. So if you kind of plan your training 16 weeks ahead, you don't really know what weights you're gonna lift, what's gonna happen in your life, how you're gonna eat. If there is all of the other shit that's gonna happen. Even if you're in quarantine, like some Olympic fucking trainer, or you're also gonna have performance variance. You're going to dip down in performance, you're going to go up a little bit, and when you dip down, if you try to push it because some arbitrary number on the paper or in the sheet says it, you're not doing yourself a favor. This is why it's impossible to be basically 100% consistent. So, having that in mind, we're just gonna try to. Now I feel like such a boomer, man. I'm going to try to take a screen capture to show you the videos of today's training. I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover for now. So as I said before, which is I never done this in the past, I trained today deadlifts and actually legs. So I didn't train legs for like I don't know. Just let me do this. So I didn't train legs for I didn't train deadlifts for like 3 weeks. And just to give you a little bit of a context here also, is that when something like this happens, like you didn't train deadlifts for like 3 weeks or something, it's better not to go heavy or not to go up in relative intensity, like not go too close to failure. Because your joints aren't prepared, blah blah. When you're younger, you can get away with anything pretty much. You can just go balls deep with everything. But in general, it's better. You always want to ease into stuff. Whenever you're doing something new, you want to ease into it. And people kind of confuse time frames with this. It usually takes a lot longer than you think, like weeks. So when these impatient people are like saying like you can achieve I don't know what results, I mean, come on, man. I'm just like easing into deadlifts like for 3 to 4 weeks, and somebody is saying like you can achieve this or this kind of physique in like 2 months. Come on, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? So anyway, now the boomer Philip will come in, and I will try to. As you can see, I'm actually. This is post training. This is why this is why my hair looks like this. Because I haven't showered. I just went straight to this, and I have to. I first edited the last video, and then I went here, and I will now just review. I will have to check somehow. I don't even know how. So probably when I do this, hopefully you should see the training, and hopefully I will not have to do this again. So you should probably see the training now. Yeah, that's it. So we're gonna go over my training today. So I didn't I didn't do any proper warm-up today. I just started training with my I will just turn off audio. Maybe you will hear audio because of the screen capture thing. I don't know. Hopefully it will not be too loud. So as you can see, I already did, before this set, I already did one set of like 10 reps, and I will just now do like 10 reps also, or 8 to 10 reps with 60 kilos, and we don't really have to watch all of it, like, you know, yeah, I'm doing like reps with 60 kilos. And as you can see, I'm doing double overhand, not hook grip, it's double overhand, and I'm doing it beltless. And pretty much I didn't do belted deadlifts for like probably I don't know how many years. Maybe I did like once or twice in the last 2 years, like belted deadlifts. So the next set was like, this is literally the whole training. And the training lasted for around I'm just going to like do this just shortly. And the training lasted for, I think it was maybe 40 minutes, maybe even less. And you will see, I will try to, hopefully I will not mess this up too much. And also, I don't want to repeat any of this. So whenever you're gonna see now, you're gonna see. So actually you can see slightly here. I don't know if it's, I didn't even wash my hands properly, just so you don't think I'm kind of faking that I wasn't in the gym right now. And you will see, you can just track the songs on the radio, on stereo, whatever. And on purpose I tried to catch the songs so you can actually see how short the training was, and actually how little you can do to basically either maintain or just grow slowly. No, because this, I also want to mention, like, training is not like black or white. You're either growing or you're not growing. If you're training, you're gonna grow. You're gonna maybe just gonna grow slower. But there are degrees of effectiveness of training, let's say like that. Because, for example, if you don't train and you start doing push-ups, you know, you're gonna grow from push-ups. Me personally even would grow from push-ups if I focus on push-ups, if I did weighted push-ups, maybe not even weighted push-ups. But, you know, you can do whatever you want. Like, the world is your oyster. So it's pretty fun. It's pretty easy. I mean, it's pretty easy it sounds pretty easy to me because I have been training for so long. So back to training now. And okay, so this was the next set with 100 kilos. I don't know if I showed that. I mean, doesn't really matter. And essentially, here I am, cold. I'm probably not even warm. This is my third set, beginning of the third set. And I was in the stringer, I think it said in English. And, and without a bump. So this is like the scariest thing to most of the people who go to the gym, to go to the gym straight in the t-shirt, like raw dogging it. And so it feels kind of weird, but you get over it. And I know that I look worse here than in some better lighting, and so it's kind of weird to show this. You know, I mean, literally, I'm watching myself now, especially my left arm, because my left triceps is slightly smaller, and it's super. It's painful to look at this. It's literally painful for me. I'm cringing right now. So this is 100 kilos. I didn't even use chalk here. Yeah, I think I watched it. Yeah, you see, I dropped the chalk. I didn't even use it. Or did I? Did I put the chalk on? I'm most certain I didn't do it. So anyway, this 100 kilos, doesn't matter. And the next set is 130 kilos, and this is everything for 8 reps now. So 60 kilos, 2 times 8 with 60 kilos, or 8 to 10, and then there is 100 kilos for, this is some random guy. I'm gonna leave it in the video, it doesn't really matter. He's not gonna watch it ever. So this is 130 kilos, and this is now ramping sets. And the ramping sets is something that I love the most in training in general, because when you do ramping sets, you basically keep your reps static, or maybe you have slight variances like 6 to 8 or 10 to 8 and 10, or 4 to 6. For example, this is how I like to do it. And you just go straight across to your, like, let's say to your working weight for the day. And this is like the second set. So this is like 130 kilos. So now my right arm started to look a little bit juicier. You know, fucking hell, man. Looks juicy. So from this angle, at least. And I did 8 reps of this. Yeah, okay. 8 reps is 130 kilos, and the next set is going to be 150 kilos for 15 reps actually. So I don't know if you will hear this. So I put on like DMX song. Let's see. I don't know if you're hearing the song anyway because of the screen capture, but you know, I mean, listening to DMX is kind of a cheat anyway because you know you're it gives you 10% anyway. So this is like I don't know. I think I did 2 sets here, 2 reps. Sorry. I don't know if you probably are hearing the desktop audio. Yeah, this is why I did this. So anyway, this is with 150, so it's 15 reps. I mean, you will see around rep 10 or 11, I started to like, you know, it started to be heavy on cardio. I mean, this set like was super long, man. So I don't know which rep is this. You will see like I slowed down because it felt really light in my hands. I wanted to do only 8 reps, and I decided, this is the feeling part, like that I'm going to do like 12 to 15. If 12 feels like super light also, because 150 kilos is like pretty light for me, I'm going to do 15, you know, to kind of get the conditioning also going, which is, you know, also a part of like, let's say, your overall performance. You know, you actually have to have conditioning. You have, your lungs have to also be trained. So when people say like, can I run while I'm lifting weights or something, like, yeah, it's probably beneficial for you. Me personally, I don't like to run because running is kind of hard on my joints and I don't like it, to be honest. But on top of that, I don't actually fucking like it and I hate running. I don't know who likes running. My right knee starts hurt because in some of my past videos I also said like that one guy when I was younger told me that I will never squat and I will never, like when I was 16. So when somebody says to you like they have like knee problems, you know, I've been through all that. So essentially you will see here that I slow down. You will see I'm resetting like a rep, like taking like 3 to 5 seconds at least between a rep, because you know it's hard, man. So it's hard. If I continued, like I felt like I'm gonna pass out because I'm currently not eating anything. Also because I'm on a cut. You can see like, man, that was tough. So the next exercise is my favorite for quads currently, is Smith squat. Very deep, extremely deep Smith squat. Smith squat basically. And some dude on YouTube actually pretty much copied my whole video. He's now pretty popular in natural bodybuilding circles. He like, I honestly don't know if he copied my video or not, but like 2 or 3 years before him I made a video about this exercise for specifically for tall guys and specifically for long legs if you don't feel it in your quads. And his video was like, I'm not gonna say who it is, and because I wouldn't even want to say this, but yeah, it kind of like felt like, you know, I'm not saying that he didn't know about the exercise, because like, but specifically like all of the same tips it was pretty much all of the same tips, and I don't give a fuck how he feels about it. So essentially, yeah, first set was with 60 kilos. Actually, this is 0 kg. So first set was with only, what was 40 kilos, and this is like with only 60 kilos. So this is how efficient this exercise is. And it's basically only quads, because it's very hard to use your back on Smith machine. I mean, that's the reason why you're standing up front, to use pretty much only your quads. So after this set, I also did ramping sets straight across, like 8, 8, 8, or maybe 10, 8 to 10. And the last set I did like 13. So this is how I like to do it. I always ramp up, and then I do my, like, let's say the top set. Ani, chill. Wait until I like make the video, okay? So that's my my cat. And you will see how, you know, I was watching with my quads. I was like, damn man, they look fucking juicy today, you know. And all of this I was filming only because I promised I'm gonna make a video. So yeah, as you can see, I mean, I will try to. You see how this part goes like so this part of my quad is actually missing, and it's really hard to explain. I'm going to make, you see how I have this like line here. This is actually bad. So this part of my quad was bigger. You see, like this, it goes like this here, and then it's like whole, and it goes like this essentially. So that's where it tore the quad. But actually now it doesn't. When I look at, so you see how it is like this, it went like super out, because my right quad was a lot bigger than my left quad. But now, you know, they're kind of they're kind of even. So yeah, maybe, I mean, yeah, you know, I actually still feel it when even now when I was doing these Smith squats, I felt it in my outer quad, like some sort of pinching. It's super annoying. It's still there, and you know, this is actually the top set. So you see the pattern here. I go ramp up in weight and I do the top set. Currently I do only top set, but usually I do top set and I do either repeat set with the same weight, or I do kind of a drop set, or a back down set, or who the fuck cares what the terminology is? Like down set, drop set, you know, who gives a fuck? The set with less weight. And it doesn't matter how it is called, because it doesn't really have the name. It's not like it's in a dictionary, you know, after top set, come on man. So the shit like this is where science guys are like, you know, want to argue about the things that don't fucking matter, you know. So I either do a top set and then one repeat set, or like down set or drop set. So repeat set is the set where you are doing after top set the same weight which you did with top set, or you drop down a little bit in weight and you try to do more reps. Usually when you do a repeat set, you're either going to do maybe the same amount of reps, or you're going to, if you went close enough to failure on your top set, you are probably going to lose some reps or do essentially less reps. So when you are doing like, I mean, yeah, that's basically it. So I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward, you know. So this is the top set. So far I think it was 8 to 10 reps straight across, and this set was like my top set, because I decided I don't want to do any more weight on this machine. So I was like, okay, I will go a little bit closer to failure on this set, and I will try to make my technique as consistent as possible without me trying to use my back too much. And you can see this is like the as deep as I can go without, you know, like tearing my knees or something. You can see how my calves are like squashed, because I literally cannot go deeper than this. My legs literally then can't handle it. So I actually went a little bit deeper there. It doesn't matter. So yeah, this was a set in 13. You can see in my face how hard. I mean, this was like super hard set, and I was really trying to control it on the way down. And yeah, you can see it in my face. So as you can see, I like to do like this rest pose type of. You can see I'm kind of rest posing it. I don't do this kind of time under tension style, like constant tension style of training, because and there is a simple reason to it. I'm going to like in mega simplistic terms, this is the reason. Your muscles have, you see, I mean, this was a pretty fucking hard set, man. I was like spent here. Your muscles have an ending point. So your set, whatever you're trying to do, like either you're doing rest poses, any intensity techniques, time under tension, rapping out like an idiot, like Brent Warren, it doesn't matter. Your muscles are going to get fatigued to the point where you cannot do any more weight. That's a simple fact. Now, what you want to accomplish usually is put as much stress on the muscle as possible. So I'm going to do this since I'm blabbering. So you want to do as much, you want to put as much stress as possible on your muscles. And you don't put as much stress on the muscles as possible while you're having like super duper perfect technique. Like you're trying to do like on super slow reps. You're not achieving anything because you're forced to use too light weights. And the absolute amount of weight is actually important. You have to use heavy enough weights. This doesn't mean that you have to use the heaviest possible that you can use, and completely disregarding the technique. Like, it has to have balance. And the perfect example are most of the IFBB competitors. Like, I know that people think that they have crappy technique, but they don't. In actuality, in some of the Jay Cutler videos, he also is talking about feeling. He's feeling it like this the most. Almost any IFBB pro, and any great bodybuilder in the past, and also the greatest powerlifters, they all talk about this feeling thing. And nobody talks about this, because when you start talking about feeling, people think that you're talking about emotions, that you're talking about like you're emotional dude, or that you're weak because you're talking about feelings. But you have to feel things. So you have to feel, and as I said in the video before, I have to elaborate this point a little bit more. I have to write it down, because when I'm rambling like this, because as I said before, I can just go forever. When I'm rambling like this, I cannot explain you that good, but just remember that feeling is really important, and you need to actually feel things. And the more you train, the better your technique is, the more technique awareness and the more body awareness you develop as a result of training a long period of time, the same weights, the same technique, so the more consistent you keep your technique, the more awareness in the technique you will have, and you will feel a lot more stuff that you haven't felt before. This is the reason, for example, when you start training, you kind of have like this super basic technique. You're like a child, child cannot even hit his face with his arms, he's so uncoordinated. Kind of the same way when you start going to the gym, like everybody, remember the feeling when you started to use dumbbells and you're like, what the fuck is happening? Like, is my right arm connected to my left arm? Does my brain know what? This is why your brain literally, like, at the basic level doesn't have the neural connections to do everything properly. And when you repeat, these neural connections develop and they stack on top of each other, and this is how you stack the technique. Hint, I'm going to talk about technique also in some future videos. So, oh man, fucking, I'm going. And also, I stopped I stopped drinking caffeine. So this is without almost without caffeine. So yeah, you can see that I get too much excited. Hopefully, this video is not too long. The last exercise was you see how I'm like. This is because of this is because I wanted to leave the audio to prove to you that all of this like training lasted for maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes max. So this is how efficient you can actually be. And as I said before, like in my videos, when I actually create the program, this is kind of this program because I'm super pressed for time. I'm doing this like abbreviated version of the program that still works. You know, I'm still jacked. Like it's not like I'm losing muscle. And in actuality, you don't have to do a lot more. This is like, and this is not even the bare minimum. I don't really do that much more than this, even when I'm like bulking or something. So just remember that. And yeah, this was like super short workout. And this is my last exercise. So the thing that I'm focusing here the most is on the stretch at the bottom. So we only have this exercise, this machine, I mean GHR on in the gym, and I like the 45-degree angle a lot more, because that way you get even more of a stretch. Because just imagine you only stretch the here when you're parallel to the ground, maximum to here. But when you're on 45-degree, you see how angle has increased. So yeah, I did here 20 reps. My legs were burning as hell, and you will see now when I get off you see, like, I almost fucking passed out, because the rest period, so this is like the last thing. So when I'm pressed for time also, this whole session is more like a cardio session, because I was literally between the sets for deadlifts and for the Smith squat, it was like a minute to minute and a half, which is like super short for me, for everybody, for doing that heavy deadlifts, or let alone 15 rep deadlifts and Smith squats, or any type of squats. Like, so, and this is, I only did this because I also left the audio here, so you can hear I don't know, man. I will see only when I will edit the video what's coming out of the speakers. But it was the same as before song, and I just the commercial was like on, and I just ad was on, and I just skipped the ad. So anyway, this is like calves, and the only thing about calves, I didn't even want to do calves. The only reason why I did it, because I promised the video. So there you go. I'm doing calves. You can see I'm pausing it at the bottom. The thing about calves is that you have a super long tendon, and the tendon is like springy, let's say like that. And the longer the tendon, the more control you actually kind of have to have. Let's let's now keep it simple. The reason why I'm pausing at the bottom with calf raises is because of that springiness in the Achilles tendon. You have to you don't have to pause for seconds. You just have to feel again. You just have to feel when your muscle actually when the inertia stops from the body. So when it stops, when you feel like your muscle is like, let's say, it relaxed and super stretched, then you do the positive. You will use less weight, obviously, because in every exercise where you're every exercise that stretches the muscle fully, for example, incline curl, like any type of like lat pullover, or that focuses the most tension on the stretch position, you will usually use a lot less weight. So this is why a lot of Nautilus exercises are focused specifically on stretch, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's also not necessarily the best thing. So anyway, me in my stringer without pump, it's super painful to watch, man. So actually my arm kind of looks big here. So yeah, I did also here, usually on this last exercise, especially when I press for time or when I'm just lazy, straight up. I do first set and the second set. And I always do it like unilaterally, one leg at a time. Like here, I will just leave it to go. Because first of all, it's much easier. Second of all, you don't have to do much more. And third of all, you're saving a lot of time that way. So this is how literally, like, it took me like, maybe we'll see how long the video was, like 2.5 minutes less. So I started doing so here and I stopped it about 2 minutes. So one leg I go pretty much to failure, and the next leg I pretty much go to failure. And while I'm doing the next leg, the first leg is pretty much, it's fresh. And after I did like second leg, I immediately start on the next leg, and I just go to failure. This is like what I like to call a double set. I almost, like, obviously somebody is doing it out there, but I never seen this from anybody else that he's doing it. It's not MyoReps. MyoReps is something like, if you've ever heard of MyoReps, something completely, holy shit, I wasn't showing you the stuff, man. I wonder what I didn't show you so far. So this was like back extensions. Oh man, yeah, fucking such a boomer, man. So this is like back extensions. I'm just going to do it like this because that way I know that I'm not, probably doing. So yeah, this is back extensions. You can see, like, when I come down, I didn't even like fix the, I literally just went straight from Smith squats to here, and then after I was finished with everything, then I re-racked, post-premio. I re-racked the weights from the Smith machine. I cleaned up after myself. I don't know why the word isn't coming to mind right now. So yeah, this was the back extension clip, and this is the calf raise technique. And the reason why I'm doing it on the leg press, it's because it's easier. Like, make life easier on yourself. Like, why would I do some elaborate crap with some, this is why, the only reason why I had seal rows and stuff like that is because you have to set it up. You lose like 5 minutes just to set up seal rows, and you take like 2 boxes from different people, and you have to find them. I mean, it just, and yeah. So another reason also, I will talk in the next video why using dumbbells and weights and this is much more practical for taller guys. But in short, it's because most of the exercises are just simply not made for tall men. Especially if you're like super tall. For me, which I'm not like super tall. Anyway, so for me, who is not like this super tall dude, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know from where it is. It's okay. Everything is okay. So for me, because I'm not that super tall, leg pull downs are usually okay. Most of the back machines are okay, but leg presses especially, are usually not favorable for taller dudes, simply because, I could just go on in a lot more detail, but yeah, what the fuck is that? So yeah, my hard disk started attacking me for something. So yeah, as I promised, I made this crappy video because I don't break my promises. And also, tell me what you think. How do you feel about my training? If you want me, I can actually do this after every training. It's like, it's not that much of a time investment, but you have to understand that the quality isn't going to be really super good like now. I'm going to get better at this at this boomer stuff using OBS. But yeah, expect definitely some quality content with written form. So all of my best videos have been written down, because when it's written down, you focus and you know what you're talking about. Like this, as I said like 100 times, I like doing videos like this personally because I can just ramble. But people like maybe not you specifically, but like majority of people like scripted videos more, because you never actually lose train of thought because it's scripted, and you are actually to the point, and there is a straight line from where you're going to where you're ending. And now in this video I started talking about my training, and I'm talking about video editing, so makes sense. Yeah, so tell me down below what you think, and I'm just going to do my without pump. I'm fucking fat still. Without pump, a bicep shot. Tomorrow I will definitely have like turbo pump. Today I will eat a lot more carbs in the evening, and tomorrow I have my favorite day, like Saturday upper body day. I love that workout, man. I'm living for that workout, which is in the best video, in the last video I was talking about 17 years of training. It's probably the pump. The pump is the only reason why I'm still training, and I'm almost not even joking. Like the pump, like Arnold said, is like almost as good as sex. I mean, it's not. Of course, he was joking, but yeah. Peace out and have fun, and tell me down below what you think, or roast me. I don't give a fuck. So yeah, see you guys in the next video, most likely tomorrow.